This is St. Louis Wrestling. Now, let's go to ringside. Hello, everybody. This is Ben Simon here at ringside here at the South Broadway Athletic Club, where there you see Big Dave Osborne making his return to St. Louis Wrestling. He'll be going up against the one and only Johnny Courageous. What a match this is going to be. A non-title affair for the Missouri-Illinois Junior Heavyweight Champion, Johnny Courageous. And there's Keith Smith Jr. displaying the belt. That is not on the line in this match. Needless to say, but I'll say it anyway, Dave Vaughn is about 270 pounds. To my count, that's about 50 pounds over the junior limit. And don't forget, later on tonight, you will see the Missouri-Illinois Heavyweight Championship up for grabs as gorgeous Gary Jackson defends against Sean Vincent. As well, the Wild World of Wrestling TV Championship is on the line as the Wrestling Machine, Dave Vaughn, goes up against Brandon Espinosa. And this is their second encounter in as many months. Last month they had a thriller of a match, but it ended in a draw. This month it will be solved. We will have a TV champion here tonight. Johnny Courageous grabbing a headlock there on Dave Osborne, who has come a long way recently. Dave, originally from San Diego, came to St. Louis and brushed up on his training a bit with Johnny Courageous. So we have a little bit of teacher versus student here. See, a lot of people try to out-wrestle and outwork the arm of Johnny Courageous whenever they go up against him. And a lot of times they're not getting the upper end of the stick. It looks like Dave Vaughn might, though, this time. For more information on upcoming show times and such for the MMWA, visit the website, MMWA-SICW.com. Johnny steps over. Nice cradle takedown into a pin, but only good for a 2. This camera angle we have here tonight. No one brings as much attention to detail as this show does. Brilliant clarity, brilliant action, great wrestlers. It's a recipe for awesomeness. Did I just say that? Big shot by Big Dave Osborne. And another one. Recently, Big Dave has worked his way up to the number 3 contender spot in the heavyweight division. But he can't take Courageous lightly. Arm drag by Courageous, almost loses him, but manages to take the big man over. Cross arm breaker by Courageous. And Dave knows how devastating that move can be. He saw Sean Vincent put that on Courageous last month over in East Carondelet. It's very difficult to pin someone with a reverse of the cross arm breaker. There's a spring action taking place in the legs and in the torso of Courageous. It's going to be very difficult to keep him down, even though he is the smaller man. Crucifix position here into a headlock. Nice. But Dave manages with that one arm to pull him over into a pin. Courageous turns it back over. Hey, if you guys like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ST Lewis Wrestling, right here on YouTube. There's no other place you're going to see indie wrestling like this. And we're actually branching out. In the next couple of months, you'll see some new promotions on this channel, all in the St. Louis area, all in this territory. Now we just see a dogfight there in the corner. Big Dave, hip toss on Johnny Courageous. You notice Dave has slimmed down a bit. He's lost about 20 pounds since the last few times we've seen him, or throughout the last times we've seen him. And you'll also notice he's gotten a little bit meaner. He realized right off the bat, I'm not going to be a new guy that comes in here and people make fun of him because he's bland. I'm not going to be a new guy that comes in here and has a 20 match losing streak. If I have to be mean, if that's what it takes to win, by God, I'm going to do it. Front face lock in an effort to keep the Courageous one down. Johnny has him in a double underhook from behind, an awkward position. I'm not sure what Johnny is going for right here. And Dave's just going to power out of it. And he flattens him. And if you would like to attend South Broadway Athletic Club Wrestling Action Live, July 9th, Saturday night is your date. It's Christmas in July. I'm not sure the specifics of what are going to happen at Christmas in July, but hey, it's Christmas in July. It can't be too bad, right? Yes, we're definitely seeing the mean streak in Big Dave Osborne. Hey, whatever works for the guy works. As long as you break before the 5 count, you're still in the match, right? Blatant choke right in here in front of Keith Smith Jr. And we've seen Keith Smith Jr. be especially lenient in the past, and we'll attribute that to inexperience, or perhaps that's just his officiating style. Big Dave shoves Johnny off. I'll tell you what, I am so excited about the match coming up right after this one. Dave Vaughn defending the TV championship against Brandon Espinosa. Maybe a match of the year candidate if you wanted to give out that award. Big clothesline by Johnny Courageous. Just flew right through the air, taking out Dave's feet from underneath him. Can he roll him up? No, he didn't get him, but he takes it into a body scissors. With arm control, but he's lost the arm. Dave's out. And there you may hear in the background Tim Miller, a Wild World of Wrestling producer. He is calling the action for TV. Knee right to the top of the back of Courageous. Nice suplex by Big Dave Osborne. You know, speaking of Tim Miller, I believe before this match he announced this as being for the Missouri-Illinois Junior Heavyweight Championship. Timmy. Dave's 270. Another clubbing blow to the back of the neck of Courageous. That'll make you dizzy. Courageous trying to stand back up. Dave says, I don't want you to try to stand back up. Oh, I'll help you up, okay. Monkey flip reversed. Courageous just thrown down, and now we have an ankle lock. Keep an eye on Dave Osborne's left foot, which is restraining the right leg of Johnny Courageous, making this difficult to kick out of. Look at the frustration. Do you see that? Osborne looks a little frustrated about this. Yeah, he has 80 pounds on Courageous. But there's a reason Johnny Courageous is the champ. There's a reason why Courageous has been around this long. With the exception of the dirt cheap chicken fight, Courageous's longevity has been amazing. A really great record. That chicken almost ruined him, though. Wow. And I'll tell you what, I was talking about it earlier, Sean Vincent put on that figure 4 on Johnny Courageous, and I can't remember what leg the pressure was on. It may very well have been his left, which is what Osborne is working on right now. Oh, I had just assumed that leg had healed all the way. I would have stayed on the leg if I was Osborne. He goes for the key lock, throws Courageous into the corner. Fans, don't forget, Saturday night, July 9th, wrestling returns to the South Broadway Athletic Club with MMWA action. Osborne misses the big splash in the corner. Courageous looked like he was going to go for a roll-up, had second thoughts, 2 big forearms. In case you're wondering, right there in the back, big knee lift, wow, by Osborne, impressive. In the background, to your left, you'll see the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. The SBAC, the athletic club, is home to the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. So come by and see that as well. 100 years of history in this building. Osborne charges, catches a big boot. Notice we haven't seen Johnny pick this man up yet and slam him, and that may be because he can't drop kick, so he's gonna have to take him off his feet. Hip toss, just as I speak, there's a slam right there. And look, Osborne's going to the well again with another splash, and he misses a third time. It's time to throw in the towel. Osborne, slice bread number 2. This one's over. Johnny Courageous with the win. A great victory by the one and only Johnny Courageous. Coming up next, we'll talk to Sean Vincent about his match with the great one, Gorgeous Gary Jackson. And tonight's main event, the great one, Gorgeous Gary Jackson, will take on my guest at this time, the real Canadian hero, Sean Vincent. Sean.
Hello, Canada. You know the lyrics, stand up for a chump. Yeah, that's right. Tonight, I'm taking on your champ, Gary Jackson. Gary, you always say you have 4 rules for these fans to remember. Well, I got 4 for you to remember about tonight. I will make you scream. I will break your bones. And I will leave you laying in the ring staring at the lights. And I will have my hand raised as the new champ.
Well, that match is coming up after this one, but the TV championship is on the line in this rematch from last month. Brandon's going to give it another try tonight to win the new TV championship. It's only been around for a few months. And there's the champ, Dave Vaughn, in there with the big gold belt. Well, there's Brandon with his pink and yellow tonight. Isn't he pretty? Keith Smith Jr. also checking out the combatants for this bout. This is going to be a good one. Whoa! Slap by Espinosa, and that's not going to do much except get Vaughn fired up. This match is underway already, and we're outside. Big kick by Espy, and a chop. Uppercut. Both of these men have something to prove tonight. Espinosa, determined to get back on his winning ways. The wrestling machine, Dave Vaughn, defeated Gary Jackson for this belt, and he's here to prove he's the best in the entire region. Wow! And return fire from Dave Vaughn. This match technically started the last split second both men were in the ring. I don't know if Keith is counting. Oh! Espinosa chops the post. That'll break your hand. Oh, his wrist has got to be hurting. And Vaughn working on the wrist of Espinosa. Vaughn soaking it all in. Espinosa still is not done doing battle outside. They're almost done a full rotation around the ring at this point. We apologize for the lighting outside the ring. It's not that great tonight. We did not expect them to go outside the ring, thus the ring lights are only on. Vaughn bringing him in the hard way. Nice arm drag. Japanese style. And Vaughn has taken Espinosa to school. The TV champ on top. Not even a 1 though. Brandon Espinosa 2 years ago made the list of the top 500 wrestlers in the world, which is quite a feat for anybody. frankly, I'm not sure why he's not been on the list the last 2 years. I'm not sure why he should be higher than he was in 2009. Well, when you're ranking 500 guys on a list, I guess you tend to overlook sometimes. Brandon doesn't want to be overlooked. And Vaughn is certainly not taking Brandon lightly. Some kid at ringside giving Brandon Espinosa a hard time about his hair. He has a very flashy hairstyle, to say the least, and another arm drag by Dave Vaughn. Espinosa's, oh! Right back to that wrist. You know, usually you don't see the wrist being worked over in a wrestling match, but if it works, it works. Espinosa returns fire with the clothesline. His chance to get back in this match. Once again, this is Ben Simon with St. Louis Wrestling. If you want to see more of this promotion, go to MMWA-SICW.com. This is the Mid-Missouri Wrestling Alliance at South Broadway. And if you like what you're seeing on this channel, don't forget more promotions are coming soon. Subscribe to ST Louis Wrestling with your YouTube Google account. Espinosa goes for the cover after that elbow to the spine. Usually you'll see a wrestler kick out after a 2 count, taking as much time as he can to rest. These guys aren't taking chances with each other. If you wait to a 2, that might be too late. So kick out as soon as possible. If you need to rest, go outside the ring. Take a rest. But do not do it when someone is on top of you, pinning you for the 3. Nice kicks by Brandon over and over again, and Vaughn stayed there like he was daring him to. And he might be regretting it. Espinosa, I don't know if that's a salute to himself or to the elitism. Both are one and the same now. And we heard from Sean Vincent right before this match. He'll be going up in weight to take on Gary Jackson for the heavyweight championship in our next match, the main event of this show. And right before that match, I'll be talking to the winner of this one, who will most likely be the TV champion, unless we have a count out or a DQ. Okay, so the idea behind this move is to underhook the arms and lean forward. And that worked for about 2 seconds for SB. Vaughn was out of it real quick, because once you lean forward on that man, they're bending at the waist. Then it makes it hard for him to breathe. Nice boot by Brandon. I think we're going to see a salute to the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He's going up top for the elbow. Not even close. Super arm drag by Dave Vaughn. It's called super because anything off the ropes is super, see? Wow, Vaughn really going to town on that arm. Hammerlock drop, yes. That is a move very capable of tearing your arm out of the shoulder. Wow, Espinosa really pulling out all the stops here with that kick off the second rope. To knock Dave Vaughn out, Espy's probably going to have to bring the knockout punch to the table. And it works. No one has ever kicked out of the knockout punch. In our intro, if you go back and look at the intro, you'll see in the upper left, Espinosa nailing LaMarcus Clinton with it back in January. It's the same story every time he hits it. It's the sign of, it's the mark of a good chop. Is the Espy can't even shoot him off with the right arm. Spear! Spear by Dave Vaughn! And just as equally, you don't kick out of the spear. It's over. No! Wow, Brandon shoots the arm up. It shows you how bad both of these men want to be the champ. Knockout, no. Vaughn blocks. Vaughn again. Dropping him by the arm again. Espinosa might have to have some therapy on this arm after this match. I'm not joking. Cross arm breaker by Vaughn, and Espinosa immediately puts the other arm up to hold his hand, blocking the extension, the hyperextension of the arm. You'll see a pin here, similar to like the Courageous and Osborne fight. Now Vaughn's flattening him out. If he gets that arm, this one is probably going to be over. Big kick to the head, and Espinosa is out of it. Smart move, I must admit. Knockout punch! He nailed him! Vaughn is down! And a kick out by Dave Vaughn. I believe that's history. That's the first kick out from the knockout punch. Espinosa is just screaming at the top of his lungs. A rage. Perhaps. Well, he takes Vaughn over. Again, the arm across the top rope. What's Vaughn going for? The top rope spear, maybe? We've seen this before. Yes, he hits it. He hit the top rope spear. Look at Espy, he's looking over at us. He doesn't know what's going on. He probably slapped his head on the canvas. And again he manages to kick out. What a great classic match this has been already, and what's it gonna take to put one of these men down? What's Vaughn going for? Misses the splash. Espy, spear! A spear on Dave Vaughn! What'd he do? Oh, he injured his arm. He landed on his arm. Brandon cannot make the pin cover because of his arm. I think he's trying to numb it. All bets are off, ladies and gentlemen. It is anyone's guess what it's going to take. Brandon sits hopelessly in the ropes. Resorting to deliberate stomps to the chest of Dave Vaughn. Espy's so worn out, he couldn't even stand up straight there. No way. No way is that going to put Dave Vaughn out. An amazing performance by Brandon. Suplex blocked. And Vaughn reversed it. I'll tell you what, if I was in this match, if I was either guy, I'd lose it too. Vaughn is going for the superplex. This is one of his favorite moves. A big finisher. Espinosa has his number there. Espinosa going up, perhaps for the senton. No, frog splash! Frog splash! 1, 2. The crowd is in a fury right now. Brandon is outraged right now. Yeah, like I was saying, I would start to lose it in a match like this. I'd start throwing bombs. I'd start throwing haymakers left and right. What's it gonna take? There's a big one from Espy. It's not phasing Vaughn. Vaughn fires back. The wrestling machine with forearms. Gets taken with the German suplex. No bridge. Brandon's going to town again. And a third. Blocked. Vaughn, turnabout. Good Lord. The wrestling machine is keeping his grip with a bridge. 2. One of the most competitive, most fierce matches I've ever seen at South Broadway. Perhaps the most competitive and most fierce. Shoulder breaker from Dave Vaughn, and he releases Espinosa right on his head. Espy's in the ropes. And make no mistake, he knew he wasn't going to be in the ropes. Vaughn's going to the corner. Vaughn is sizing him up for the spear. Look at the eyes. Look at the face of that man. He's going for the spear. Here we go. He misses into the turnbuckle. Espy catches an elbow. Vaughn another one. Vaughn's going for another German suplex. Oh! Espinosa with a low blow. Keith didn't see it. A damn shame it ended this way, but what a fierce match by both men. Brandon Espinosa is the third ever and new TV champion. We'll talk to him right after this, followed by the main event, Jackson versus Sean Vincent. You have to give this man credit. There he is, the victor, Brandon Espinosa. After a hell of a match, Brandon Espinosa has defeated the wrestling machine Dave Vaughn. And sir, congratulations, you are the new TV champion, but I have to say, the way you won that match kind of ruined it a little bit.
How did it ruin it? There was nothing about it. I pinned him. 1, 2, 3 on the mat. Just like I said I was going to do. I was going to knock him out and pin him.
It was a low blow, Brandon.
I don't see that. Where was the low blow? Referee didn't see it. He kind of 1, 2, 3 and look. The next step happened. Television title. Television championship. Next it's the heavyweight. Next it's the lightweight. Next is the battle royal. Shoot, I might even go find a tag team partner, Ben. Maybe you want to be it. Because it seems like all I need is a one-man wrecking crew right here, and all I got to do is knock out any opponent, just like it did David Vaughn tonight. And guess what? I can hold every championship here.
Brandon, are you worried you're losing your touch? I mean, Dave was like the first person ever to ever kick out of that knockout punch. Are you losing your touch, Brandon?
No, maybe not losing my touch. You know, I have been on, a weight loss diet. So maybe while I've been losing some weight, cutting up, trimming up, while you've been gaining it, maybe I lost just a little bit of, power in my punch. So I'll go back to the boxing gym, work on the knockout punch, and knock somebody out. I don't need to worry about what's going on with me. Maybe David Vaughn should worry about it because I didn't kick out just one, but I also kicked out of 2 spears for him.
It's all true. The new TV champion. Well, Brandon was not at a loss of words, and his victory in his eyes is completely warranted. It's main event time. Gary Jackson here at the South Broadway Athletic Club. What is that, a pink hanky around his neck or something? What is that? I can't tell. But this one's going to be a good one for the Missouri-Illinois Heavyweight Championship. Sean Vincent's second shot at the title, I believe. And there it is. The grandest title in the region. And some final words from Mr. Vincent, the true Canadian hero. I see Gary's taken some direction from Brandon Espinosa's wardrobe with his trunks tonight. For the title, Las Vegas, Nevada versus Winnipeg, Canada. For the title. And Sean Vincent with an early attack on Gary. blindsided him, but Gary should not have turned his back. He knows better than that. Nice arm drag. Gary Jackson body slam. And a drop kick right to the face of Vincent, who wisely rolls outside the ring. These fans are all here to see gorgeous Gary Jackson. You know it. He brings them out on every Saturday night. He's here at the South Broadway Athletic Club. And if you'd like to see the action here, don't forget that Saturday night, July 9th, 2011, wrestling returns to South Broadway. And for all dates, go to MMWA-SICW.com. Sean Vincent is up against the world in this one. He weighed in today at 205 pounds, which means he's 15 under the junior limit, but it is allowed to take a step up and compete for the heavyweight title. He did it before when he was 217. Gary is the mainstay of the MMWA, and hell, the SICW too. To make a name for yourself in St. Louis wrestling, the man you have to beat is Gary Jackson. Gary has a problem recently with Ron Powers, who I shouldn't be talking about right now, but Ron Powers holds the Classic Wrestling Championship over in Illinois, and Gary wants a shot at him and that title. Vincent has become Powers' lackey, so to speak. So let's kind of look at this as Jackson looking to take down the gatekeeper to Powers. And honestly, I'm not sure that match will ever happen because of political strife. But Gary's doing the best he can. Vincent ramming the shoulder into Jackson. Hip toss by Gary Jackson. Look at the stance of Gary. Man, he is ready. And look at the stance of Vincent. He is desperate. And Vincent is such a nice sportsman. And Gary's gonna give him what he deserves. Arm drag. Nice elbow to the shoulder of the true Canadian hero. Gary misses the running splash. I'll tell you what, the splash, it's not been the splash's night. If someone sees this video, and they're scouting talent at Broadway, they'd be like, well, you know, they know when the splash is coming. Maybe I shouldn't do that when I wrestle down there anymore. Oh, suplex, almost. Gary almost landed right on his head. And here's an old trick of Vincent, distracting the referee. Look at the choke with the foot. Chin lock with a knee post. And Irig puts an end to Jackson's comeback, roll up, only a 2. Kicking the head of his downed opponent is Vincent. Yeah, we have a 1-hour time limit in this one. The full distance. Seems like half of the moves we've seen in this match have been illegal. Camel clutch was never fully in on Jackson, who was on his knees, maintaining that leverage. He's able to pick Vincent up. And he's gonna take him in the corner. Both of these men are more exhausted than you'll see other competitors be in other matches tonight on this card. Monkey flip. And that is only because they've used so many wear down holds on the mat. They've gotten tired quicker. I don't think we'll be seeing the 1-hour time limit anytime soon. Holds like this will really cut your stamina in half. A chin lock with a post with Gary on his belly. You don't see this move too often. Very simple, very underrated hold. Jackson, side slam on Sean Vincent. Only a 2. Oh, splash catches the knees. If we were to take a tail of the tape view of this match, one of the components we would look at is the finisher holds of both of these men. Feet are on the ropes, ref. And when we look at the finishing holds, Sean Vincent has recently perfected the figure 4 leg lock, figure 4 grapevine. And he's won a few matches with that. It's pretty devastating, actually. Gary Jackson has the Las Vegas leg lock, that figure 4. Jackson also has that suplex. Both of them involve the legs, both of them are finishing holds. I'm expecting some work on the legs of both of these men, should they want to set up for their finishing holds. And here we're gonna see it. Oh. That move, that's always been debated. Is that a strike to the groin or the lower abdomen? After a while, what's the difference, right? Vincent, again, blatant choke. A 2-hand choke. Gary shot off. Sean Vincent, nice clothesline. Flying clothesline, perhaps. Third time we've seen that back post. Now, I was gonna say, we all know Gary is getting up there in his 40s somewhere, but you know, that back has taken a lot of punishment over the years, as do a lot of the joints, and Sean was smart to work on it. "10 minutes down in this one. misses. He's outside the ring. His head connected with the ring. That is painful. Does he know where he is? Jackson, suicide dive through the middle and the top ropes. Jackson, I think, caught him with his head or an arm. Jackson, devastating move on his part. His feet caught the middle rope. You may want to take another look at that, fans. That was not how that was supposed to happen, and we see the faces of concern for Gary Jackson. I don't think he hit his head on the floor. It was hard to see because of the angle. Both men very, very groggy, rolling in the ring. That's why they call it a suicide dive. Sean's going up for that Death Valley driver. Reverse. Jackson, roll up. Jackson gets him. A great victory by Gary Jackson. We'll see you next time, fans, on St. Louis Wrestling on YouTube. Jackson is the champ still.